everyone, I hope we are all well. Today's video is a little bit different to the usual vlog. I'm going to be chatting a bit, so make sure you've got your cup of tea, coffee, hot chocolate, whatever your preference is. Get comfy and get ready. This could be a bit blabby, but yeah, I just feel like with what's going on at the moment, I'm going to put a little bit of a positivity video kind of thing out, and things that I do that keep me positive throughout this weird time that we're in at the moment. So yeah, maybe these things will help. But yeah, it's a bit of a funny one that we're all in at the moment. I don't think anyone really knows fully what's going on. We're all a little bit in limbo, kind of don't know our house from our elbow kind of thing. Oh, hello. But yeah, so I'm going to start with a few things that I do that might help you guys as well. So the first thing is I make sure that I'm doing things that do make me happy. So if you're in isolation or you're self-isolating or you've lost your job so you're not getting out much, the key thing is to do things that do still make you happy at the end of the day. Like I find I'll do like a workout in the morning, I'll watch some vlogs, I'll get on the PS4 and play Lego Harry Potter, and I'll just try and do things that keep me going still, because it's so easy when you're told to stay in, so easy to just sit there and stare at four walls. At the end of the day, there is still so much that you can do in your house that like will keep you going. So like I said, like something that I did this morning is that I put body coach on, I did a workout. Yes, like I do rely on gyms for my workout, but it doesn't stop there. Now they're closed. Like I'm making sure I'm still working out, because I know that that is going to give me the chemicals that I need to like keep me positive and keep me happy and kind of break up the day as well, because at the end of the day, if we're stuck in hours on end, like you need something to break up your day, otherwise time's gonna go so slowly. Not that we want to speed it up, but still it's gonna drive you a little bit mad. So yeah, I do that. I've recently got into Lego Harry Potter, so I jump on that from time to time, just because it's something different. I've never done that before. Like I've never like played on PS4 or anything, and picked it up the other day and I was like, oh, this is fun. Like I like Lego, I like Harry Potter, so why not? So I do that. I don't know if it's like a little bit of a child thing in me where I'm like, oh, I'm playing still. So yeah, I think of things that do make you happy. Everyone is different, everyone's preference is different. Try and work that into your day-to-day life, because with everything that's being put out in the news and the newspapers, and I don't know, I need to put this coffee down, I haven't drank it once while I'm talking. Like it's all over my Facebook, on my Twitter and Instagram. The other week I got so roped up into it and I felt so negative and down. So I've been trying to stay away from that, because it's so easy to just sit there and scroll hours on end. Like I haven't seen any news articles at the moment that are positive, and it does reflect on you as a person. Like it does reflect your mood if you're sat there looking at, yeah, be a little bit selfish and think about yourself and think about things that are going to make you happy, because we can't help the situation that's going on. All we can do is just make the best out of a bad situation, can't we? Okay, I told you it was blabby. The next thing, I like to keep my mind going, which I think is a very good thing to do. Like I mentioned, staring at four walls, never good for the mind. So like puzzles, try something different. Maybe try like new recipes to cook. Maybe like if you're a musician, learn something new. Keep that mind going, keep it active, and that'll help the positivity levels as well, because you also don't want to sit there and feel like you're useless and can't do anything, especially if you've just lost a job. Keep doing things that are gonna test you a little bit, because that's also like exciting, learning new things. Keeping the mind going is definitely something that I really had to learn to do, like especially when I used to come off tour or like finish Panto, because obviously it's work, which I love, obviously, that's why I do it, love it, but it's so easy to then get into that trap of being like, oh, it's my time to relax, so I'm just going to sit there. But then I also like felt sluggish and tired, and my brain wasn't up to scratch. I know it sounds silly, but you know when you just know that you're not getting the full amount of your brain used. You know when you sit there and you're like, oh, test yourself, whether it's like a Sudoku, a word search, like a colouring book, like colour by numbers, paint, maybe a little bit of gardening, get outside in the back garden, get some vitamin D on you, because that always makes you feel nice. Because obviously we don't know how long this is going to go on for, and I don't think any of us really want to think of how long this is going to go on for, so put your mind to something else. Use the time that you've got now. You've got so much time, people that are out of work, self-isolating, so use it to your advantage. This is your time now. I'm sure people sometimes love a couple of days off to just do what they want to do, so this is your chance to do it. Next on my agenda is keeping in touch with keeping in touch with loved ones. Now, this is horrible. The people that are at risk of this are people with underlying health conditions, people over, I don't know what even the number is now, is it over 50, over 60? I'm not too sure what it is, but obviously I know a lot of people, and some of my family members as well, gone dry. Some of my family members as well have gone into self-isolation because they don't want to be out and about, because they are of the category that is of higher risk. But the world has given us a wonderful thing called technology. We still have phones, we still have laptops, we can still make phone calls, send messages, Skype, FaceTime, like Facebook, anything that you need to do to keep in contact. Yes, even though it's hard and you might not be able to see them, you can still talk to them. So don't forget that fact. Don't think because you can't see them completely that you can't still talk to them. The technology has given us this advantage, okay, so use it. Call your grandparents, call your aunties and uncles, call your parents, friends, whatever, because obviously they mean a lot to you. Speaking to them, like a 5-minute conversation, 10-minute conversation, is going to help raise your positivity levels so much more than if you didn't. Like, we're all in the same boat here. We're all trying to get through something that we don't fully understand. Definitely speaking to others and keeping in touch with people is such a big thing. And also, doing that and maybe being on the phone will take you out of the zone of sitting there and scrolling constantly. You're using your phone for a good reason rather than like negging yourself out. That time that you're on the phone call, you could have picked your phone up, seen 5 negative posts on Instagram and be right back where you started, when you're actually trying to raise your game and keep going. And I do think that that is a big thing that will help people. It definitely helps me speaking to loved ones. It makes you feel so much better. Finally, my favourite one, well, they're all really good, but my favourite one that I've seen a lot of actually so far, oh my god, I'm so comfy, is getting creative. I've seen a lot of posts at the moment of musicians, songwriters, playwrights that are stuck in their houses, kind of getting a little bit creative and trying new things. I'm not saying, oh, if you're a musician, you have to try new things with music and stuff like that. I'm not just like basing it around music. Like, this could be like cooking. Get in the kitchen, try new recipes to cook. If you've got a room to paint in your house that you've wanted to paint for so long but haven't had the time, get painting, get creative, get going back, that mind flowing. Open that side of the brain that you might not have done before or might not have been able to because you haven't had time, and get a little creative. Why not? Try different things. I think when this passes over, there will be so much more creativity that comes out of this world. Like, people are taking it upon themselves now in this time to like make new music, write scripts, push themselves further creatively just to get through this time. I mean, it's not like I'm saying go out there and be the next Chekhov or anything like that. That's not what I'm meaning. Everyone has their own preference on what being creative is, but I definitely do think that that is a thing. I have recently started designing bits of wall art, and I love doing that with my time. That's something I've never done before, but it's really nice. I get to test my mind and create new images. Yeah, it's really nice to do. Like, it's a nice little thing as well to break up my day from everything else. Like, I really look forward to it. So that's definitely keeping me going, because I mean, Friday I lost both of my jobs, so I've definitely had a lot of time to fill. And like all 4 of these things I've done continuously. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good, don't get me wrong. I've had days where I've been like, oh my goodness, my mind's going crazy, but then I just have to step back, think, and just be like, right, I've got this time now, let's use it productively, because like I said, we don't know how long this is going to go on for, and we need to use our time efficiently. I mean, my heart goes out to everyone that has lost their job. It's just awful. It's an awful time. A lot of my friends are in the theatre industry, and in the space of 24 hours they went from having a job to not at all until the foreseeable future, which is absolutely gutting, because I know my friends love their jobs, absolutely love their jobs, and it's such a hard-hitting thing to have it taken away from you. I think everyone's getting on the positivity bandwagon. Everyone's going to do things very differently, and we will get through this, and we will be stronger, and our survival instinct is always in us, so we will get through it. It will be fine. But for now, while all this is going on and all this negativity is surrounding us, the best thing that we can do for ourselves is to keep positive, is to keep our minds going, because until the foreseeable future, this is unfortunately how it's going to be. I hope this has helped, and I hope it's not too rambly. Like, this is my first video doing something like this, so it could be absolutely shit, but I just felt like I needed to put those out there for anyone that is finding it hard. Some people might watch this and be like, oh no, I don't do any of those, I do different things. Great, because you're in control. But yeah, this is for anyone out there that is struggling a little bit, is a little bit worried. No one knows what's to come, but all you can do right now is just be in the here and now and make yourself happy.